Okay guys, in today's video I'm going to talk about a situation where you have a P25 repeater, and the P25 repeaters in their coverage area, they have a really sharp drop off where it goes from essentially perfect sound, real quick it'll go kind of garbled and then just go away. And there's not, unless you're really looking at your signal strength indicator, there's no clues that you're approaching the edge of the cliff, so to speak. And this video is talking about what happens when you have an incident, and the incident happens to be, unfortunately, on the edge of one of these boundary areas with your P25 coverage, and you don't have an alternate solution from another repeater coming from the other direction. So you're kind of almost working in a dead zone here. What the solution to this problem is to be able to utilize a mobile repeater and to temporarily extend the coverage area of the original repeater, so that the incident has coverage. Now, to do this, what we're doing is we're taking the original P25 transmit signal from the repeater, and we're rebroadcasting that audio after it goes through a receiver back into another transmitter, but we're going to use an analog tactical channel transmitter, so that anyone here on the incident can tune into that channel and hear clearly, with the pure sound of the P25 receiver here, clearly hear the command repeater. Now, anyone working in this area that needs to transmit back to the command will need to be within the coverage area here. This is not going to help you get back into the repeater. This is strictly for monitoring the repeater. Now, let me go into the details here. This is a schematic showing how it's put together. In this case, I'm going to use a BK M150 as my P25 receiver, and a Kenwood NX-700 as my analog transmitter. And I'll go through it real quick. The original P25 repeater signal, when it hits the antenna here on the vehicle, it'll come in, it'll go through the duplexer here, and it'll go out the high input and into the receiver here, where the audio will come out, go across. We'll get a receive active indication on the BK M150, which will turn into a push to talk on our Kenwood, and the receive audio is going into the microphone input of the Kenwood to be retransmitted back out the Kenwood to be heard across the fire area. And of course, a very strong signal from this antenna here will go back into this antenna, but when it gets to the duplexer here, it'll be prevented from going into the receiver, and it'll all be shunted off into the 50 ohm dummy load here to prevent the receiver from getting any kind of interference. So it's using two antennas and an indirect duplexer system. As far as the portables on scene, they would have the initial repeater channel, and also the mobiles as well, not just the portables. They would have the initial repeater channel. They would have also the initial TAC channel, and then they would also have a hybrid, which you could utilize as an on-site repeater, so that if you transmit on the P25 talk around channel, it'll be rebroadcast just like the repeater back onto the TAC 190. So anyone that's monitoring the original repeater would hear the input, and anyone on the listening to the 190 TAC would hear the output. So it's a good pair to use because it's hard to not go listening. And of course, you'll probably have a separate TAC channel here for the actual operations that will be running the fire. These will strictly be for command purposes. So the only things that you have to do as far as modifications at all is just programming the BK M150 to give a receive active indication on your output 1 here, and you're going to want an active low. And you're also going to want to program for an external push to talk on your aux IO7 here coming in on pin 12. And in the Kenwood programming, they have a little modulation connect thing, and you're just going to want to make sure that for your external push to talk that you're disconnecting the mic line and connecting the MI2 line here. So but anyway, this is your basic setup for the P25 to analog TAC repeater. So hope this helps, and we'll talk to you soon.